Hiya. So here I am. Long time coming, eh? I'm just doing a monthly walk for charity, so I'm getting myself out there and getting myself moving, which has literally been a long time coming. Swimming, yes, but not been out walking for a long time. But as I've been walking and contemplating some stuff, what I've been thinking about is where do we go when we think, like, what's the first thought that comes to our minds when we think about sovereignty? So we have the sovereignty movement, being sovereign from the governments, being your own sovereign person, being self-sufficient. There's so many umbrellas under the sovereignty name, but really what we need to talk about is the sovereignty of the body, right? The sovereignty of the physical vessel, and where that sort of leads us into, the depths of our mind. Because as humans, we think so much. We're always using, the left side of the brain, and very rarely do we tap into the intuition or the intuitive side, the heart-led side, of the right side of the brain. The medical model that we currently live under, especially in the Western society, but pretty much all over the world, is not traditional. It's modern medicine, allopathic medicine, and it's all based upon profit. So it's not really health, it's not really wellness, because it's all about profit. So when we think about that, and we think about going to the doctors, we think about getting our tablets out, is that body sovereignty? And of course it's not, because you're relying on another person to tell you what is wrong with you, what you need to do about it, and then you are relying on a multi-billion-pound industry to supply you with a tablet to solve the problem of the issue that you've got, which then causes more problems. I know how hard it is to jump out of this programming that we are in with regards to medicine, health, the body, this physical suit that we are in at the moment, that we've sort of come on this earth plane to discover in this short blip of time, this suit that we're in. We suffer, and the reason we suffer is because we're totally out of balance. We're not in tune with ourselves, we're not in tune with nature, and we have barely any sovereignty over our body. So where do we make that change? Well, if we think about it, it takes 7 years to program. Okay, so it takes 7 years to deprogram, right? So it's a journey. Okay, it's trying to decondition yourself, and even so, I've been on this German new medicine journey since my daughter was 5. She's nearly 15, so we're coming up to 10 years now, and I still sometimes falter. I never go to the doctor. I do think that some doctors serve a purpose, in emergencies, broken bones, etc. There is a purpose for allopathic medicine. I'm not saying that there isn't. That's definitely not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it doesn't create sovereignty over the body. And we've lost that ability to be able to tune in, to our own body because of our reliance on the system. And whether the NHS has created this more so because we can get that free, we don't have to pay for it, although getting an appointment from the doctor now is few and far between, for sure. But ultimately we need to come back into ourselves, right? We're out of balance, and we need to look at how we can connect with our bodies. What is the story that our body is telling us? You know, like, where's your pains? Where's the issue? Because ultimately there's a root cause somewhere along the line, and it's just your body doing its job. It's doing its biological purpose. Works through the psyche, into the brain, into the organ. It's doing its purpose. So when we have them pains and inflammation and all of these symptoms, if you like, they're trying to tell you a story. It's just whether we want to listen to it or not. And whether we're going to run off to the doctor. Now, don't get me wrong, getting a diagnosis is good, because sometimes you don't know what things are. So without that diagnosis, you can't ultimately work at the conflict. But when are we going to start taking back the sovereignty of our body? You know, when are we actually going to be empowered enough to know, not to believe, not to understand, to know that our bodies are absolute magic. Like, they're so magical, it's unbelievable. And in every moment, we're choosing what we want to believe or what we know. So the best thing to do in this moment is to empower ourselves, right? Empower ourselves so we can create a space where we know our body, you know, and where we can just live in a more harmonious level with thy body, right? I have got more to say on this subject, but I just thought I'd chuck a little video out there for a little bit of contemplation on what you think sovereignty means in terms of the physical body, and how that plays out for you in this short blip in time. You know, when we're here for this short period of time in this suit, how do you embody and empower yourself to be sovereign in your little suit that you've been given? And I will be back on the subject. German New Medicine is very close to my heart. It's empowered me and removed any health anxiety I had. So obviously I want to shout out from the rooftops to help others feel less anxious. Bye for now.